What's up, guys? Welcome to another top 10. This is the summer and spring for 2023. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little late to the party with the spring, so I just combined it with the summer because I'm gonna be wearing a lot of the same fragrances. So let's get to it. At the number 10th spot, you guys will not believe this. You will not believe this. I have a Polo fragrance on my top 10. Yes, I do. So this is the new PARFUM Polo Red. Now, the one thing that made this stand out to me is, and I'm not gonna lie, the last Polo fragrance that came out, I also like that too, surprisingly. I don't know what Polo's been doing. I don't know if they got somebody new on their team, but I like the direction they're going. It's different than the other Polo Red fragrances. There's something about it that's just different, and I like it. It's smoother, it's sweeter, so it has a nice citrus opening. You have blood orange, you have bergamot, you have absinthe, which I've actually really liked a lot lately because of VERTE by KILLIAN. Then you have a calm lavender note in there. And lavender is very tricky, and you have to do lavender right. Now, I don't like the lavender that they have in like homey fragrances because it comes off real sharp and it doesn't smell too good. This is a calm lavender and it's very well balanced. But number 10, I have a Polo Red Parfum 2023 release. Number 9 spot. So this is a fragrance I'm actually very excited to talk about, and I don't think I've talked about it in this channel yet, but this is Mint Island, and this is actually Chris from Casual Fragrances perfume by MAISON DERODARIUS. This right here is a very minty fragrance, like it says, Mint Island. It's really strong, so this is gonna probably be the best performing fragrance on this list. This is like 10 hours worth of performance right here, but this has notes of mint, of course. This also has yuzu and it has cardamom. I am a very big cardamom fan. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to get more cardamom out of this, but I do like the concentration, I do like the direction. I also have a full review coming out on this soon, but this is just a really good all-day fragrance. It's fresh, it has some zinginess for some citruses in there, it's a little creamy. Overall, very well balanced fragrance. Number 9 spot, we have Mint Island by Casual Fragrances. Number 8, this is another shocker. This is another thing that I didn't expect to ever have on any of my lists, but it is the new code PARFUM. This one, I believe, came out last year, I want to say. This was sent to me, just like Polo was sent to me. I didn't mention that, but I really like this fragrance. I like it, one, because I love iris. So if you guys know me, you know I love some iris. So of course this has some iris in it, and it has orris and it has bergamot also. Orris gives it this buttery touch to it that I really like. It's really smooth. The iris is sharp, it's metallic, it's masculine. I absolutely love it, and I feel like that's what Code is known for anyway. That's what they're known for. Then the bergamot just gives it this much needed freshness. Also have a full review coming out on this soon, but this is a banger. I feel like a lot of people are going to like this one. Number 7, we have Maison Francis Kurkdjian 724. I actually received this last year. I got a sample of it before it came out. I'm trying to remember, is it last year or this year? I want to say it's last year. I forget. I get a lot of samples, all right? But very solid fragrance. I really like this one. It's a little bit different than what they have going on, but it still has that MFK DNA, if that makes sense. You have sandalwood, you have aldehydes, and you have some jasmine in there. So you're getting some muskiness from this, you're getting some floral, you're getting some citruses, you're getting linen vibes. So this is a very clean fragrance, very easy to wear, easy to be a signature scent. Turns into a skin scent pretty fast, but something that you could definitely spray a little bit on your clothes, or you could just, spray it sparingly. But overall, very great fragrance. Also have a full review coming out on this soon, so stay tuned. So number 7, we got 724 by MFK. Number 6, now this actually made my summer list last year also, but I can't get enough of this fragrance, and this is SUNSCAPE. This is also another Gallagher fragrance, and this is from their other line. And it's just something about this fragrance. It's just so good. It's so bright. It's so citrusy, it's so fresh. And I feel like it's definitely something different also from Gallagher, because it doesn't really smell like their other stuff, which makes sense because this is their other line, so I would expect it to have a different DNA. But you have some very interesting notes on here. You have brown sugar, you have violet, and you have some lime. And a really interesting note, you have, I think it was ozonic notes. My bad, no, solar notes. And when I smell this fragrance, like I really feel like I smell those solar notes in there. Like it just smells like the sun. But very, very amazing fragrance, very well done. I also have a full review coming out on this. But this is a fragrance that I would say out of this entire list, I feel like this is one of those fragrances that you absolutely have to put your nose on. And I feel like if you are a fan of bright citrusy type of fragrances, you will really, really like this one, guarantee it. So number 6, you have SUNSCAPE by Gallagher Fragrances. Top five. Man, I know those first 5 were crazy. So I know these 5 that I'm about to throw at you, you guys be ready for these, because these are all bangers. These are all must-haves. In my opinion, I feel like these are all even blind buy worthy. Well, all but maybe 2 of them, so don't take my word for that. So number 5, we have another black owned fragrance. We have Ascension. Ascension is one of SAVOIR FAIRE's latest fragrances. This came out last year. Ascension took me by surprise because I didn't expect this. Out of all the fragrances he has, which I think they're all great, this one to me, I feel like is the most refined. I feel like it's the easiest to wear. I feel like it's the most signature scent worthy, next to, of course, their signature fragrance. And you have some interesting notes in this. One of them being pear musk. And that's exactly what you get out of it. It's pear, it's a musky pear in the opening. Then you have fresh earth and you have fig. Now, the crazy thing is when you have these like imaginary notes, or these notes that aren't really real notes, and they put them in a fragrance and you smell it and you're like, I can smell the fresh earth. It just makes this fragrance that more interesting and that more fun. But that's what you get out of this. It has this like dirty, almost dirt-like smell to it. Then you have this juicy fig, then you have this tart lime, and it's masterfully blended. I also have a full review coming out on this, but this fragrance is just so good. This is definitely a gentleman's fragrance in my opinion. Dress it up, dress it down. Amazing fragrance. Absolutely love Ascension at the number 5 spot. Number 4, you have one of my new favorites, and I absolutely love this fragrance, and this is VERTE by KILLIAN. Now, this one took me by surprise because I didn't expect to like this over all the other releases from KILLIAN's liquor line, but this just did it for me. And of course, you have absinthe in this fragrance, because you have to have some kind of liquor in this fragrance because it's the liquor line. You have licorice and you have violet leaf. So the thing about violet leaf is it has this tartness, this earthiness to it, right? Then you have that absinthe and you have the licorice, and it's an amazing fragrance. Now, when I said all top 5 are blind buy worthy, I said but the exception of 2. This is one that I don't think will appeal to everybody, but I think a lot of people will appreciate this fragrance. But this is definitely one I would try out before I buy it. But personally, I absolutely love this fragrance. I get a ton of compliments from it. Great performance, and it's very unique. Like there's nothing out there that smells like this in my opinion. So number 4 spot, you have VERTE by KILLIAN. Number 3 spot, so this is a brand new fragrance that hasn't released yet in the US. I have 2 sample sizes on it. It's coming out next month, and I'm going to have it, so that's why it's on my list, because these are the fragrances that I'm going to be wearing this spring and summer. So we have ACCRA by GALLIVANT. I had the pleasure of smelling this fragrance when Nick came back to Perfumology to actually speak about this fragrance. And it was great seeing him again, and I didn't know he was taking a trip down to the motherland, so I absolutely love that. I haven't been to ACCRA yet, but I'm gonna ask my brothers and sisters from ACCRA if this is what ACCRA smells like, because I know he's been killing it with everywhere he goes. And everywhere he goes and I smell a fragrance and I'm familiar with that area, I'm like, this smells just like that city. So Accra, for those of you that don't know, it is Ghana's capital, and this fragrance, he doesn't have the notes listed for it, and he told me when I met him, and I wrote them down somewhere and I don't remember what they are, but trust me, I will have the notes in the full review. But this is a fresh spicy leather, and it's an amazing fresh spicy leather because I feel like this is a fragrance you could wear all year round. I feel like this is going to be great on the compliments department. Everybody that I've sprayed this sample on has absolutely loved it, including myself. I was like, I definitely have to come back for this. That's why I made my top 5. But it is just an amazing fragrance. It's smooth, it's sexy, it has a little bit of freshness to it, it has some floral notes to it. It's just very well and masterfully blended, like everything Gallivant does. So I can't wait to get the full bottle of this and drop the review for you. But at the number 3 spot, we have ACCRA by Gallivant. Number 2 spot. Now, this one really wowed me. And this one is even good enough to be number 1. The only reason number 1 is there, I will let you know when I get to number 1. So hold your horses. But this is Search by AMOUAGE. Search by AMOUAGE, that opening, oh my goodness, that citrus opening is divine. And it's a blast of citruses. It's like 3 different citruses. It's lime, it's lemon, and it's blood orange, I think. I don't fully remember, but some kind of orange in there. But you just get this fresh blast of citruses. Then in the dry down, you have like cade oil. So it's like, it gets a little bit, I don't want to say like petrol like, but it has like a petrol touch to it, but it's very toned down. So it's not, if you're like weirded out by the gas smell, it's not really a gas smell, and I will fully explain this in the review. But this fragrance is just amazing. It's different. It's definitely different from their brand. It's definitely different than anything else I've smelled, and I definitely am going to get a full bottle of this soon. I do have a huge decant of it, so I'm going to be wearing the hell out of that. Until that's done, I'm probably going to end up getting a full bottle. But number 2 spot, we have Search by AMOUAGE, and this is a 2023 release. And number 1, this one took me by surprise because I blind bought this fragrance and I didn't expect to love it this much. But it is FIGGIN Rose by KIRK and ELLIOT, another black owned fragrance. FIGGIN Rose is FIGGIN amazing. Now, of course, you have fig in it, you have rose, and you have ISO E Super. This fragrance, the closest thing that I can describe this fragrance to is actually Oolong Cha. It doesn't all the way smell like Oolong Cha, but it definitely reminds me of that. Now, only thing that Oolong Cha and this fragrance has in common is the fig note. And I think the fig note in this one is definitely dialed up a lot more than Oolong Cha, but it's just something about it. And I believe if you have Oolong Cha, you can still have FIGGIN Rose, and it's not going to feel like you're wearing the same fragrance, because they definitely both have different openings, they have different dry downs, but they definitely have some similarities in how they smell, kind of in between that dry down stage. But awesome fragrance. I'm going to drop a full review on this. Let me know what you guys think of my top 10 that I'm going to be rocking this spring and this summer. What are your favorites? Which ones are you guys going to be rocking? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you guys for making it all the way to the end. Now, 3 things that help this channel out a great deal. So the first thing is liking this video. Second thing is commenting. The third thing is, if you like the content that you just watched, please subscribe. And don't forget to smell stylish. See you guys next time.